गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Let there be peace, let there be peace and love amongst all the human beings of the universe. Let there be peace. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. In this afternoon meeting, we have started contemplating on the chapter number 12, that is story of Bali. Balupakhyan. Upakhyan means story, wherein we have yesterday seen the first topic, that is Bali Nirveda. Bali is the king of Netherlands, Patal Lok, and he has all the facilities so as to enjoy. He has a kingdom, he has the people who are serving him, he has enjoyed his kingship to the fullest of the extent, and then he got dejected. He got dejected because he felt that there is nothing except the anxiety in this world. It is adding a problem to every day by becoming worrying, and worry increases the worry, and it is like the fuel which we add to the fire. And likewise, what possibility happens by an enjoyment? That's what he has started contemplating. What is this that is called as pleasant? Again and again, we get entangled into this world and we suffer, and this suffering is unnecessary. That's what Bali Raja has felt, and he got the aversion for this enjoyment, which he has enjoyed excessively, and he agreed that he is suffering because of himself. So that was the story of Bali. And when he was thinking like this, and he remembered that his father has given some advice to him, but he has ignored that advice. Father was a wise person, he gave some advice, and he started thinking about and trying to remember what advice was given by the father. And he had a cursory remembrance of whatever the father has given. So he started thinking in more and more details, and finally he could get recall all the things what his father has said. His question was, Father, which is that place where all joys and sorrows disappear? Father, what is where is the delusion and confusion of mind totally disappear, and where all the desires are quietened? Where is that bliss which is infinite? And where can I find a peace eternal? Can you tell me which is that beautiful place? So that was a question of Bali Raja to his father. Kotham syat tadrisho yena puna karmana vindate. Oh father, please tell me that place where there is no delusion and there is no confusion of the mind. Jahan delusion bhi nahi aur confusion bhi nahi hai mind mein. Please tell me that. And what purpose could there be by which there is no bondage or action again? Where I will not be caught. That process you please tell me. That's what this Bali Raja has asked his father, and father has instructed him, but he forgot. And now, by the grace of Almighty, by the grace of that divinity, by the grace of that self, by the grace of that unfragmented, undivided consciousness, he remembered, and that has been given in second topic, that is Pita Updesha, the instruction by the father. So we'll be starting that instruction by the father, that is from the shloka number 11. Asmritam yat pura prushto maya tato virochana. Tata means father. Father's name is Virochana. So, that which my father Virochan was asked formerly by me has been remembered by me. Oh, great. I remembered that. What father has said, I remembered that. So, Pita Sakala Dukha Nam Sukha Nam Chapi Sarvasha Yatra Sarve Brahma Shanto Koso Simanta Uchatam. Father, tell me, what is that boundary line or utmost limit of all pains and all pleasures on all sides, where all delusions or all confusions are extinguished. So Pita Sakal Dukkhanam, Sab Dukkha Sakal Dukkhanam, Sukhanam Chapi Sarvasha. So sorrow as well as joy, Yatra Sarve Brahma Shanta, and all confusion, delusion, Kose Simanta Uchchata, where it get extinguished. Father, please tell me where is that place? That was the question asked by the Bali to his father Virochana, and thus addressed by his father in shloka number 13 onwards. Ityokto Bhagavan Praya Simantosti Hidadusha Yatra Prithvina Akasham Sagara Sagarana Cha Chandraya Navanani na Tirthani na Nadyo na Sarani cha Sumahana Eka Evasti Tatra Raja Mahashruti. Thus addressed the revered one said, indeed, there is such a boundaryless, limitless, where there is no earth, there is no sky, there are no oceans, there are no mountains, there are no forests, there are no holy places, there are no rivers, there are no lakes. All these things are not there. There is only one king there, of great strength or eminence or great splendid of the dignity. तो ये जगह कैसी है, ये प्लेस कैसा है? देयर इज ओनली वन किंग. इत्युक्तो भगवान प्राय सीमांतस्ति तादृशा यत्र पृथ्वी न आकाश. यहाँ पे पृथ्वी भी नहीं है, देयर इज नो अर्थ, न आकाश, देयर इज नो आकाश, न सागर, देयर इज नो सागर, न चाद्रया, न सागरा, न माउंटेन्स, and no vanani, no forest, and no tirthani, no holy place, no nadya, no rivers, no sarani, so no lakes. So which is this place? He is telling. Is here. What was the question? Again, we'll repeat the question of Bali to his father Virochan. What is asked? Father, which is that place where all joys and sorrows disappear? सुख और दुख पूरा गायब हो जाता है. Where is the place where the delusion and confusion disappear from the mind? बताइए मेरे को, delusion confusion कहाँ से चले जाता है? Where is the place where my all desires are quietened? जहाँ मेरा मन पहुँचने के बाद पूरी desires quietened हो जाएगी. Where is the place which is infinite bliss? कौन सी जगह पे infinite bliss है? Where can I find the peace eternal? मेरे को शांति eternal यानी शांति शांति शांति, आध्यात्मिक, आदि दैविक और आदि भौतिक तीनों शांति हो जाएगी. कैन यू टेल मी दैट ब्यूटीफुल प्लेस? क्या आप मेरे को ब्यूटीफुल प्लेस बता सकते हो क्या पापा? फादर, कैन यू प्लीज टेल मी दैट ग्रेट प्लेस? हिज फादर से यस, आई कैन टेल यू. एंड दैट रेवर्ड वन, यहाँ पे पिताजी को रेवर्ड बोला है, यानी वो सत्कारजन्य, वो इतना सटलर माइंड है, वाइजर फादर थे वो. ही इज नॉट टेलिंग समथिंग ऑफ वर्ल्डली. सो ही सेड देयर इज अ प्लेस वेयर देयर इज नो अर्थ, there is no sky, there are no oceans, there are no mountains, there are no forests, there are no holy places like ashramas or dargahs or gurudwaras. There is nothing like that. No rivers and no lakes. वहाँ पे कुछ भी नहीं है. यानी whole world is all submerged. That means it is there but it cannot be counted for. वो जगह सब कुछ है पर होके भी नहीं है, because there is no impact on the mind of all these things. So what he says is there is only one king there. वहाँ पे सिर्फ एक ही राजा है. Who is telling? A Raja is telling to Raja. A king is telling to king. Virochan was also king. His son Bali was also king. So there is only one king. There are not like multiple kings of great strength. वो जो राजा है उसकी great strength है, immanence. वो बहुत ही immanence है, great splendid. उसका dignity भी बहुत जोरदार है. Great strength, great dignity वाला राजा है. So you have to remember now this. There is some place where there is only one king. Then 15 श्लोक 15 and 16. सर्वकृत सर्वगा सर्वसचतृष्णि व्यवस्थिका तेन संकल्पितो मंत्री सर्वतो मंत्रनो मुखा अघटम घटयत्ययाशु घटम विघटयत्यपि भोक्तुम किंचित न शक्नोति न च जानाति किंचिना. So which is this place? There is a place like this. It is a bigger than the biggest, and there is only one king, extremely efficient, shining and great splendid. ही इज अ डूअर ऑफ एवरीथिंग. ये किंग जो है यही सब कुछ करता है. ही इज एवरीवेयर, वो ही खुद सब तरफ है. ही इज एवरीथिंग. ही इज लिविंग हैप्पीली. वो राजा खुशी से रहता है. एंड दिस इज दैट प्लेस विच यू आस्क्ड मी. ये जो प्लेस आपने पूछा मेरे को कि ऐसा कौन सा प्लेस है जहाँ डिल्यूजन नहीं है, कंफ्यूजन नहीं है, जॉय नहीं है, सॉरो नहीं है, सब एकदम बढ़िया बढ़िया है. और वहाँ पे वो infinite bliss है और eternal bliss है, ऐसा कौन सा चीज है मेरे को बताइए. So I am telling you now that so all doing, all pervading, all he settled silently. हाँ, जो कुछ हो रहा है, he is always silent. He is not bogged up by the sorrow. He is not bogged up by the joy. As provided by him, his minister intent on advising all around. So this king has one minister. So now the story has started. Now what is the story? The story is the story of Bali. In the story of Bali, now Virochana story has come. And who is telling the story? Vashishta Rishi is telling the story to Rama. So this is the beauty of the stories inside the stories. And we get our mind subtler and subtler, and our mind becomes tranquil, blissful, cheerful, happy, contented, over and above, relaxed and cool. अपना माइंड शांत हो जाता है ये स्टोरी सुनने से. So as provided by him, he has a minister intent on advising all around. So ये राजा जो है, इसको एक मिनिस्टर है जो बहुत ही एडवाइस करते हैं. उसको पूछो या ना पूछो, एडवाइस अपना चालू रखता है. ब्रिंग्स अबाउट क्विकली व्हाट हैज नॉट हैपेंड. कुछ अगर चीज हुई नहीं तो भी वो कीप एंड कम एंड टेल्स एंड रिमूव्स व्हाट हैज ऑकर्ड. अगर कुछ चीज हुआ है तो वो उसको निकाल भी देता है. ही इज नॉट एबल टू एंजॉय एनीथिंग, nor does he know anything. This minister cannot enjoy, and he does not, nor does he know anything. इसको कुछ पता भी नहीं. But he keep on advising. So now there is a story. King is there and there is a minister. Minister only keeps on telling something or the other here and there. So now what happens is 17th shloka. राजार्थम केवलम सर्व करोत यज्ञोपि सन सदा राजा केवलम में एकांते स्वस्थ एवावतिष्ठति. He does everything only for the sake of king. Now this minister जो है ये सिर्फ राजा के लिए सब कुछ करता है, दो remaining ignorant. खुद को कुछ पता नहीं पर राजा के लिए सब कुछ करता है. The king remains alone in the lonely place, quiet at ease. King जो है he is always at ease, whereas this minister is frustrated. Minister क्या है? Because he doesn't have knowledge, but he keeps on advising. He doesn't know anything, but he keeps on talking, and he wants to help this king. Whereas king doesn't require any help, but the minister wants to help. So minister is busy doing this, doing that, and trying to do the welfare of the king. वो किंग को वेलफेयर करने की कोशिश करता है. 18 श्लोका. सतत्र बलवान मंत्री देवासुर गणेशुत न लक्ष गुणिरतर तैवापि सर्वे आक्रमन्ते मना. And listen, son, now Vashishta Rishi is saying to Rama, son, there that minister possesses the great strength and he cannot be conquered, overcome even by a little, by all the troops of demigod and demons collected in hundreds and thousands. ये जो एक ही मंत्री जो है, only one minister which is there to this king. King has one minister. How is this minister? He is ignorant. He doesn't know anything, but he keeps on advising to the king. And what is his strength? He has a tremendous strength, like Laksha Guner Vapi Sarve Akramante Manaka. So Deva Suragane. Deva Suragane means all the gods, demigods, and all the demons collected together. Laksha Guni Teve Vapi. In hundreds and thousands, if all are there collected, if they all are collected, still they cannot defeat this minister. So this minister is very powerful, whereas king is always happy. So now the story is going in the details. Again, we'll repeat the part of story. There is a king that Vashishta Rishi, through this Virochana, is telling to his son Bali. And Bali has asked the question, please tell me such place where there is no delusion, there is no confusion, always there is infinite bliss, always there is a eternal bliss. Please tell me. So he's telling that place there is only one king and he's always happy, joyous and contented. But he has one minister who keeps on giving a problem. And his strength of that minister is also great. His strength is much more than all demigods and demons put together in thousands and hundreds. So Prabhunevatu Jayo Jayoyam Yukta Ayyapi Sa Vashatam. But he is conquerable only by the Lord. Oh. So this minister can be conquered by the Lord, that is king. King can conquer him. Nobody else can conquer him, but king can conquer him. He comes under the control by the expedient. That king can only make him keep quiet. It is only the king's job which can be done. So king is a doer of everything. He is everywhere. He is everything. He is living happily, and he is always at peace. But this minister, he is a minister who is able to give advice on one issue or the other, and he can create and destroy anything in fraction of moment. But he himself cannot enjoy anything. He being inert, he is not knowing anything. He is inert. He cannot enjoy. He can only advise king what has to be done. So now this story has started. Now the Vashishta Rishi through this Virochana is giving the explanation who is this king and who is this minister. Shloka number 19 and 20. Desha namna ye mayo asakte moksha sakala dukkha raja cha bhagavan atma mantri pradyo mano bhavet vishayan pratinasto syat yuktir hi manaso jay. So very nicely explained. Liberation, the destroyer of all pain or sorrow, has been declared to you by the name, country, or a region by me. So, this liberation, that is, Atma is the king and mind is the minister. So, it has been defined now. The king is a divine self. If you now go into the story, what is this king? King is a divine self. So, Virochana has explained Bali that your divine self itself is a king and this wise minister is a mind. अभी पता चल गया ये जो है ना डिवाइन सेल्फ और माइंड का खेल चल रहा है. So this divine self is what? He is always happy, always contented, always blissful, cheerful, but there is a mind. And this mind is a minister. He doesn't know anything, but he wants to keep on telling everything and wants to disturb this divine self. The means for the conquest of mind would be indifferent towards the object. So now only this king can only control this mind. That means this divine self, that is our Atma, only can control the mind. Whereas otherwise this mind is so powerful that Deva Suragane, Laksha Vapi, thousand hundreds of these demigods and demons also cannot control this mind. Only this king, that is our Atma, only can control the mind. So Atma is a king and mind is a minister, and Moksha or Atma is that place where joy or sorrow, all negativities are completely absent. There are no negativities there. So example is given. Eyes can see colors and forms, but eyes cannot enjoy colors and forms. आंखें अपनी कलर्स और फॉर्म्स देखते हैं पर वो एंजॉय नहीं कर सकते. They only illuminate. Similarly, mind is not given of the object pursuit. It can only dissolve. Mind में तो ये object आते ही रहेंगे. It will be always there is a mind will move from one object to another object, one place to another problem. But if this mind start listening to that divine self, if it keeps on contemplating, yes, what is that? If you like it or not, whether you know it or not, whether you want it or not, you are divine. ऐसा mind 10 बार बोलते रहा. So how it is going to say, I am infinite, I am infinite, I am nothing other than the divine, I am nothing other than the self, I am nothing other than this whole controller of universe. If you keep on saying this, then you will be always happy. You know, yes, I am the divine self. And this minister is creating a problem for me. This minister's name is mind. And that mind, I have to tell him, mind, please listen to me. I am not going to listen to you. Why you are running outside? Why you are going outside in the world? I have not told you to go outside in the world. You keep quiet. So chittasya bhago dvaya bhago shastre neke prapuraye guru shuna yasha chaike avyaptopnasya sakrame. Let one feel. Now this Virochan is telling to Bali how to do the meditation, how to do the sadhana, how to come out of this bad effect of the mind. So what he's saying now, if you want to conquer mind, you have to devalue objective functions. अपने को अपना मन जितना है तो ये बाहर के जो ऑब्जेक्ट्स दिख रहे हैं इसको डीवैल्यू करना पड़ेगा. समझो अपने को मर्सिडीज बेंच कार दिखी, दिखी मेरे को तो नहीं लेना है, बस खत्म हो गई. तो उसके पीछे दौड़ेंगे तो देन संसार विल बिगिन. If you have money, you can always take it, but if you don't have, then why to worry about it? So mind is just an instrument. Let us control that instrument. जैसा अपना एक कंप्यूटर है, कंप्यूटर पे अभी अपना now this afternoon meeting is going on. So it is an instrument. I have to control that. I have to see that it is live. I have to see that the program is properly uploaded. I have to see that YouTube is open. I have to see that I have given the title to the subject. I have written the description. I also put up the proper tag. So now this it is live in the YouTube studio and we are preparing, and after it is over, it will be ending the stream. So it is instruments. I had to run that. Not that computer should tell me how to work. So like that, it is an instrument. So give up unwanted attraction towards worldly things. अनवांटेड, कुछ वांटेड भी रहेंगे अपने जीवन जीने के लिए, कुछ रहेंगे जरूरी. So one individual has to decide. How he has to decide? He has to decide in such a way that whatever you do, भगवान रामकृष्ण परमहंस कहते थे, अद्वैत भावना पदरी बांधून जी इच्छा असेल ते करा. So, whatever, if you have the divinity attached to your chain, then whatever you feel like you can do. So you cannot feel otherwise. You can't do bad things if you are feeling inside the divinity. So that's what Bhagavan Ramakrishna Paramahansa used to say, and that is what has been told here. So now this 21st shloka is telling Chittasya bhago dva bhage. What he's saying is now he's telling the actual process how to do sadhana to Bali. This Virochan has already told this long back, but this Bali ignored it. पिता का उपदेश क्या होता है? बच्चे लोग है ना, पिता का उपदेश छोड़ दिया, पिता को क्या समझता है, लेट मी एंजॉय. पर पिता का उपदेश उसने याद करके रखा था, उसको याद आया. अभी डिफिकल्टी आई जीवन में, वो पिताजी ने कुछ तो भी बताया था यार, कुछ तो भी करना है, अभी उसको याद आया. तो व्हाट फादर हैज टोल्ड, let one feel up 2 quarters of the mind which is not proficient perfected in proceeding towards reality with enjoyment. यानी अपने माइंड के 4 भाग कर दो, माइंड के 4 भाग कर दो, 2 भाग से एंजॉयमेंट करो, 50% एंजॉयमेंट अलाउड. सो बिकॉज अपना माइंड परफेक्ट नहीं है, सो अलाउड 50% एंजॉयमेंट. एंड 1 क्वार्टर यू रीड द स्क्रिप्चर्स, 1 क्वार्टर से स्क्रिप्चर पढ़ना, 2 क्वार्टर एंजॉयमेंट करो, 1 क्वार्टर से स्क्रिप्चर्स करो. सो 2 क्वार्टर से संसार करो, 1 क्वार्टर से स्क्रिप्चर करो, एंड द लास्ट क्वार्टर यू गिव इट टू द सर्विस to the spiritual teacher. Those days it was felt that there used to be some ashramas and you have to do some service. Nowadays, what is the service to the spiritual teacher? Service to the spiritual teacher is whatever has been told in this satsanga or these meetings, or so to say this thing, you have to contemplate on that. That itself is service to the teacher. अगर आपने को सर्विस करना है, that means what has been told, you now make 4 parts of your mind. 2 parts let it go for enjoyment. जो करना है करिए, 2 parts. Out of 2 parts now, 2 parts, one is that listen to the scriptures. एक पार्ट से स्क्रिप्चर्स लिसन करना है, और जो सुना है स्क्रिप्चर्स, वॉट एवर यू लिसन, आफ्टर दैट यू कॉन्टेम्पलेट ऑन दैट. उसके ऊपर चिंतन करना है, अपनी नोट्स बनाना है, अपनी डायरी बनाना है, उसके ऊपर अपने अलग अलग शब्द के अपने अपन जीवन में कैसे उसको इम्प्लीमेंट कर रहे हैं, कि तनु मानसा, यानी अपना मन थीन हो रहा है क्या वो देखे. बाद में फिर मृदु स्वरम, क्या अपन मृदु स्वर बोल रहे हैं क्या, अपना जो देखो सुनो बोलो मत, अपन सब बाजार में सब चीजें देखते हैं, सुनते भी, वी आर लिसनिंग एंड बोलो मत. आर वी रिड्यूसिंग आवर टॉक बिकॉज योर माइंड हैज बिकम सेटलर एंड ब्लिसफुल. वो खुश हो रहा है बिकॉज इट नोज इट इज अ लॉन्ग लॉन्ग ड्रीम. ये तो ड्रीम चल रहा है, ड्रीम में तो एंजॉय करना पड़ेगा. सो एवरीथिंग इज इट नोइंग दैट. सो आउट ऑफ द 4 parts which has been told in the shloka number 21, what is that? 2 parts let it go for enjoyment, 1 part for listening to scripture, and 1 part for doing the service to the spiritual teacher. And what is the service to the spiritual teacher? Remembering whatever has been said through the scriptures. Scriptures के थ्रू जो कुछ बोला गया है उसको याद करना. That is what has been said here. So now, so it has been said. So now to 50% you can enjoy, and 50% out of 50%, 25% scriptures and 25% contemplation. This is a beginning. He says this you begin, and maybe you will be doing for 5 years or 10 years, a long period you have to do that. How long? Now the scriptures it has been said, you whatever as per your constitution and capacity you have to do. And what you'll do, like you're doing a job, or maybe you're doing some social service, or you're doing some consultancy, or you're doing, so you should be contributing to your family. Whatever the work you are doing, if you are doing household work, works like cooking the food and all that, do it with a divine bhav. Do it with the divine divinity, because you are listening the scriptures for 1 part, and you are contemplated for 1 part, and the remaining 50% what you are doing, do it cheerfully, happily, blissfully, with contended, tranquil mood, and over and above relax and cool. ये अपने को implement करना पड़ेगा in the life. How long? Maybe this life, if you want to only do this first step, 50% for world, that is sansar, and 50% out of 50%, 50% part of that is for scriptures, and 50% for contentment. But Virochan has not told same thing to his Bali here, to stop here. He tells subsequently also in 22nd shloka, when now you are been achieved this, you are now profound, you are very happy remaining. So after that, what has to be done? He is telling in 22, Kinchit vyapyati yuktasya bhagam bhoge puraryate guru shushnaya bhago bhagam shastrat chintaya. So after that, now you have become proficient in this. What proficient? 50% enjoyment, 25% scriptures, 25% contemplating on scriptures. So if you have become proficient in that, then he says, let him fill up one quarter of the mind, which is endowed with a little proficiency, with enjoyment. Now enjoyment is reduced. So worldly thing is reduced. He says only 25% you give your mind for enjoyment. Tell your mind, okay, 25%, nothing more than that. Then the 2 quarters with the service to the spiritual teachers. 2 क्वार्टर्स पे कॉन्टेम्पलेट करना है, यानी अगर अपने पास 4 क्वार्टर है तो एक इस पे एंजॉयमेंट करो, एक इस पे स्क्रिप्चर स्क्रिप्चर सुनो. पहले एक ही कंटेम्पलेट करते थे, अभी 2 टाइम्स मीन्स वॉट एवर यू लर्न, दैट मीन्स वी आर लर्न अप टिल नाउ 12 चैप्टर, सो यू कीप ऑन रिपीटिंग. अरे इसमें ऐसा है, उसमें ऐसा है, उसमें ऐसा है, इसके बाद ये करना चाहिए. इट हैज बीन टोल्ड दैट वेदर यू लाइक इट और नॉट, वेदर यू नो इट और नॉट, वेदर यू वांट इट और नॉट, यू आर डिवाइन. देखो सुनो बोलो मत, you are always one with the divinity, you remain absolute. So many words have come up, and remember that in the 2 quarters. So proper understanding and a proper inquiry is a must. अपनी समझदारी बढ़ाना पड़ेगा और अपनी इंक्वायरी भी बढ़ाना पड़ेगा. Enough of the desire and involvement in the world. बहुत enough हो गया, अभी मैं 25% इन्वॉल्वमेंट रखूंगा. बट आउटवर्डली यू हैव टू रिमेन सिंपल एंड डिसिप्लिन. बाहर दिखाना नहीं, ये सब अंदर में हो रहा है क्योंकि मन को ठीक करना है. So service to teacher means what has been told. It is a satsang, listening to the satsang and implementing that in life. It is the ability to learn from your own experiences. So it has been told. Now what has been told? First step was 50% enjoyment, 25% remaining scriptures reading, and 25% contemplation. Maybe you are done for 5 years. After that, 25% on enjoyment, 25% on scriptures, and 50% on contemplation. So let's say that we are done for next 5 years. So 10 years are over. Now again you have become very smart in this. So next shloka, this Virochana is telling to his son Bali. Bali kept listening this, but he has not followed. Now he is when in trouble, he is following now. 23rd shloka. With व्युत्पत्ति अनुयातस्य द्वे भागव पीचेतसा पुरायेत शास्त्र वैराग्ये द्वे ज्ञान गुरु पूजया. So what he says is, let him fill up 2 quarters of mind which has gone after the proficiency by the scriptures and passionless, and remaining 2 quarters with a meditation and worship to the Guru. Now the word used is worship to the Guru. So what? Now he is not allowing that you should go for a worldly thing. Minimum. जो जगत में जरूरी है, खाना पीना, मिनिमम घूमना, मिनिमम में. Now he has put up vivek. He has put up the discrimination because he is now a strong man. He has put up a vivek as well as a discrimination and dispassion. What is that? 50% you should listen to scriptures and 50% you should meditate. That means you should go to the jungle or Himalaya or what? No. Remain in the world, remain wherever you are, remain as a grostha. Outwardly, no reaction. Inwardly, you are blissful 100%, 24/7, 365. If you have been told to give a service for cutting the vegetable, cut the vegetable for God. If you have been given to mop the floor in such a way that God is going to move from here. If you have been given a duty of reading scriptures, read in such a way that everybody should become divine in your presence. सब लोगों को ईश्वर लाभ होना चाहिए आपके प्रेजेंस में. If you have been given a task to keep mum silently. No comments. Keep mum, but inside you should be blissful. Inside there should not be war. Otherwise, what happens is inside there is a all poultry farm inside. Thousands of hens are fighting with each other. So that should not happen. So 50% mind is given to scripture and 50% mind is given to contemplation. For what purpose? To remain tranquil, blissful, contented, happy, cheerful, over and above, relax and cool. ये रहने के लिए पूरी प्रोसीजर बताई विरोचन ने बलि को. Then there are 2 more shloka and we'll stop there. प्रज्ञया च विचारेण समात्मावलोकनम तृष्णा संत्यागमेवापि सदा तीव्र समाहरेत्. By discernment, together with the reflection or inquiry, let him intensely collect the perception of awareness of the self and also renunciation of desires always. So now always he should, now he's become very smart, he's become very subtler, mind has become very subtler. Mind is obediently listening. Like मन ही अपना शत्रु है, मन ही अपना मित्र है, तो मन अब एकदम 100% मित्र हो गया. He is listening and always All the actions, whatever thousands of action he's doing in the day, like he's cleaning the shoes, he's gardening the plants, he's doing the kitchen work, he's doing the official work, he's doing the spiritual work, he's doing the mm, uh, cleaning of vehicles, he is doing digging of the pits. Everywhere he sees only Almighty, Almighty, Almighty. All activities. So what? His karta bhav goes out of the karma. He never remains karta. So moment karta is dropped, so obviously karma also gets dropped. It becomes the puja. It becomes the divinity. Moment karta is dropped, karma also gets dropped. So we have to drop karta. You have to become only an observer by doing all these things. In that case, you become only an observer. You are not supposed to say no to anything. You are not supposed to say yes to anything. Purposefully, you should not go and start your ashramas. You are not supposed to go and start your NGO programs. You are not supposed to start seeing the world. It's already in misery. Then start some hospitals on your own. Somebody says you start, okay, you will have to start that. That is there. Your if it is there, if it is needed, you can always do that. So last shloka is iti me kathitam purvam drishtaya adya sanskritam maya दृष्टया बोधापि मे जाता भोगेषु चारन्ति दृष्टा शमसुखं स्वच्छं विस्माय मृतशीतलम्. Thus, what was narrated to me formally has been remembered by me. Who is saying? The Bali is saying, अरे मेरे को तो अच्छा हो गया, ये सब याद आ गया. Today by destiny और good fortune, मेरा fortune अच्छा था, मेरे पिताजी ने जो एडवाइस दिया था, आज मेरे को सब याद आ गया. Also, knowledge is born to me by good fortune. By remembering this, now knowledge is also born and dissatisfaction for enjoyment has arisen. So अभी मेरे को ये जो enjoyment, worldly enjoyment दिख रही है, इससे dissatisfaction आने लगा है. By good fortune, I enter into, come into the position of pure joy of tranquility, cool like nectar. So he has understood that if you follow the tranquility, it will be what? Pure joy. It is not a pseudo joy. Jhuta jhuta joy nahi hai. A pure joy he has come. So it is very nicely said. The people do not have passion to live. But moment he live, he feel relaxed. There is example given as a cigarette smoker. He is a chain smoker, he is smoking, and if he leaves the cigarette smoking and if he is asked, what is your experience when you are smoking a cigarette and that time the enjoyment was more and while leaving the cigarette enjoyment is more, he says, oh, leaving the cigarette is a great enjoyment. Not smoking the cigarette is an enjoyment. So that is a sadhana which has been told by Virochana to the Bali. What is that sadhana? First 50% enjoy and scriptures reading 25%, contemplating on the scriptures 25%. Moment you become advanced, what happens is 25% enjoyment, 50%, 25% of scripture reading, 50% contemplation. After you become a super advanced, then no enjoyment, whatever comes in your way, do that. 50% listening to the scriptures, doing seva and all those of that particular whatever you are read, not going and giving a physical seva to that guru. 50% scriptural study and 50% contemplating, so that your mind remains subtler, blissful, cheerful, happy, contented for 7 by 24, 365 days, and every moment you are happy and blissful. So that is the meaning of be happy, not like becoming happy. So all sadhana is done by Bali, all by himself. This sadhana is done by Bali by all by himself, and adhyatma begins, the spirituality begins when we dare to inquire. अपन ये पूछने की हिम्मत करते हैं, then only it becomes. So practice meditation. That meditation has to be practiced. What? Dekho suno bolo mat. Sky is infinity. Put your mind there. And Brahmanu Chintanam you do. Spend time in a contemplative mode. So conscious blissful existence is equivalent to waking dream, deep sleep and samadhi. And there is no reason why we should give importance to the disturbed mind. Sometimes the mind get disturbed. Okay, mind is disturbed. Tell him, boss, okay. I'll do some work. I'll go gardening. I'll do or go for a walk or go for some outing and come back. So that mind is again quiescent. So whenever we remain undisturbed, that we are abiding the truth. So when we are remaining undisturbed, then we are abiding in the truth. And a person who is able to look upon apadas or sampadas, like sometimes you get caught in some apadas or sampadas, like there was a heavy floods in Nagpur, that is apada, and sampada means like you get lot of lottery somewhere. So in both the positions, you should remain tranquil and we should have always positive approach towards life by remaining our mind equanimous of life and remaining tranquil, and that is a spiritual practice. So with this, we finish the second topic, that is the advice of Father Pita Updesh to this Bali with this prayers. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramachandra Arpanamastu. Submitting the divine fruits slowly. Tomorrow we'll be seeing the third topic, that is the Shukrena Updesha, the instruction by Guru Shukra to this Bali. After listening this, he has understood now how to do the sadhana, but still he required support. So he went to the Shukra, his Guru. Shukra is a Guru of demons. And he went to them and then he advised. What he advised, that we'll see it tomorrow.